Life's Positivities by Susan Harrington of Tungalbung 2469. Narrated by Janine Penfold. And so, it has finally come to this. There is no avoiding the truth, numbers don't lie, and I have to admit, I am old. Pretty it up with elderly, senior, or even middle-aged. But let's get real here. I only qualify for the term middle-aged in the unlikely event I live to be 132 years. Trouble is, I don't think like a mature member of society. I continue to be irreverent, regularly embarrass my grown children, because I can, and cannot imagine wearing sensible underwear. I did the sums and worked out I have been wearing jeans for 56 years and am showing no signs of discontinuing this wardrobe staple. I concede I cannot shop at as many stores for my clothes as I used to, but I'm a far cry from elastic waist pants and non-iron tops. My diet too seems to have become stuck in my second decade. I continue to eat hamburgers, pizza, chips, ice cream, chocolate, and refuse point blank to eat boiled cabbage. Eating cereal for dinner? Not a problem. I can eat what I like now, and have come to think of Ronald McDonald as a personal friend. We have been so close for so many years. I could not even consider a road trip without a visit with my favourite redhead. Mind you, he could cut back a tad on the crimson lipstick or just learn to define his lips. But nonetheless, I have come to rely upon him as a constant in my life. Another headspin is when I think of my children as grown adults. They are both gainfully employed, fully paid up, mature members of society. Part of my brain accepts they are busy, senior members of staff, to whom others report. But for the life of me, cannot grasp why anyone would want to answer to, or indeed listen to, my little boy or girl. I remember them quite clearly as squabbling siblings and very occasionally total angels. It is like trying to imagine a board meeting being put on hold whilst the CEO takes a call commencing with, "Hi, Mum. Yes, I have been getting enough sleep and have been watching my cholesterol. I only retired from full-time employment a couple of months ago, yet still talk to ex-colleagues a few times a week. I feel as if I am on a rostered day off when we talk, because it has not fully sunk in that I am not ever going to go back into the office again. On that note, I really should ask Karen to throw my yogurt out of the work fridge and cancel my order for a 2024 diary, although, in fairness, I have in the past tossed away condiments that had a best before date stamp 4 years previous to me jettisoning them. Some food looked so dodgy, I was not game to open the container. The whole lot went gingerly into the bin between forefinger and thumb, because nothing short of sandblasting was going to bring that Tupperware container back from science experiment status. I also ponder my many decades on the planet and think of items that have come and gone over this time. In my primary school years, there was the advent of the biro, which replaced pen and ink. This was a bit sad, really, because seeing what colour the ink would be, depending on which kid added the water to the powder, was a highlight of my academic day. Waiting for the inevitable smudged and blotted words in my copybook was a regular occurrence. My handwriting remains a terrible source of inadequacy. But in those days, it could be hidden, to a degree, by a well-placed sleeve across wet ink. It is more bizarre to me still to think about the products, services we had no conception would not last. VCRs, encyclopedias, CDs, bank books, dragster push bikes, Dolly magazine, and orange shag-pile carpet. Really pleased to see that one go. It did not occur to me the aforementioned would not stick around to be experienced by the younger generation. And what do you mean? Giant flower pattern flares worn with platform sandals were not always going to be in fashion? Clearly, I was very naive. I would not compare myself to an insect trapped in amber type of stuck in the past, but more have come to realise, just like my generation, the young of today will shake their head and be blindsided with how the most modern must-haves will permanently disappear when replaced by something more progressive. This brings me to the realisation of things that have not, and decidedly will not, change. More a life lesson, if you will. I can reasonably predict with some certainty, on my deathbed, I will not be checking my emails, answering a text, or giving my fiscal position the once-over. I have come to learn the only thing that matters are the relationships you form with people who have had a positive effect on your life, some of whom you have come to love. The encounters you had with these people do not diminish over time. You are meant to find each other for moments or a lifetime. Oh, and one of the joys of getting older is you care less and less what people think of you. This does not give you carte blanche to be a mean-spirited sod. As it remains still, what you do and say today, you have to sleep with tonight. You continue to have a conscience, but have earned the right to be a lot less diplomatic and will take a certain pride in being described as candid. The end.